Um, Welcome to class tonight. Thank you for joining. Today we are going to kind of slow our practice down a little bit in the sense that it doesn't necessarily it's going to be any easier. It's going to be a strong class still, but we're going to take a bit more time for our transitions and also a bit more time in the poses. And one of the reasons I'm doing that, and you guys may have noticed this before, but I often give the classes that we do the themes and around things that like are happening for me in my life. And one of the things I experience at the moment is that somehow me going through my COVID recovery journey, it's really, really difficult to pause and feel into what does my body need, what belongs to me, what is best for me in this moment right now. So kind of trying to weave that into the practice today, obviously for a different reason for you guys, but taking time to actually feel into how does this pose feel for me, how's my breath going, which muscles do I feel, is this right or wrong, like what should I modify. So taking a bit more time, a bit more presence into the physical body and with the breath in order to make decisions from a place of connection, if that makes sense. So a little slower today, but you can obviously modify, make it even slower or go faster or stronger in any way that you like. All right. We're going to begin in a simple cross-legged seated position, ideally with your hips a little elevated. So grab a block or a cushion, and you can start the music now as well from the top if you want. So sit yourself down. Crossing the legs in any way that feels good for you. And ideally, those knees are either in line with the hips or even a little lower. Just so you're not kind of having to squeeze and hold up when I let go of the tension in the hips so they can kind of flare out. Allowing the sits bones to ground. And then find some length through the back of the spine. Your belly just very softly, gently engages. Your chest lifts. And then bring the chin just a tiny little bit closer to the chest. So you find that same length through the neck. You may want to take your shoulders up to your ears just once so you can roll them back and down then. Your hands are just lightly resting onto your thighs with the palms facing down. And then take a deep inhale here. And a deep sigh out through the mouth. Exhale. And close your eyes there. And taking a moment to drop into your body. Notice the way your feet, your legs are connecting with the earth underneath you. Feel your hips, your pelvic floor let go and ground down deeply as well. And starting to observe the breath. And you may count your own breath. How many counts is your inhale? And how many counts is your exhale? And once you know, are you able to lengthen both just with one more count, slowing it down? And by slowing down your breath, you allow your whole system, both your body and your mind, to slow down as well. The breath is closely connected to our nervous system. And we try to slow down without force. Just notice if it works for you to lengthen the breath. And if it doesn't, then don't. Like I mentioned, today's practice is going to be a little slower for you to have time to actually check in with poses, check in with the breath, and notice what your body is telling you. So here to begin, in the first yoga pose that ever existed, Sukhasana. How do you feel? How does your body feel? And what's going on in your mind? Noticing any tension in any area? Maybe your jaw, your shoulders, your forehead. Can you soften the whole face, your head, neck? You may find a little swaying sensation from left to right and back. Your eyes are still closed, but you notice that tiny sway from your upper body through space. And just like that, you flow a little bit with yourself. Again, keep asking yourself that question, how do I feel? And maybe it gives an answer what you need to focus on for today. And that's going to be our intention for this practice. So just keep checking in, feeling, observing. No need to change. All we need to do is listen to our bodies. Your body is your anchor. It will always tell you, always give you signs what you need. Take a last breath here, deep one in through the nose. And let it go with a sigh. Opening the eyes, coming back here. Gently taking both arms up to the ceiling, big breath in. And instead of just reaching the arms up, see if you can lengthen and actively lift the whole upper body. Your belly is pulling in, your ribs pull in, the heart is lifted, shoulders engaged but away from the ears. Take another breath in, reach through the fingertips. With your exhale, right hand comes down to the floor. Lean in, side stretch. Inhale, come back through center. Lengthen up again actively. Nice and tall. Exhale at the side. Few times like that. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, right. Can you go deeper? Inhale up. Exhale. Notice the body, notice the tightness. Or notice whatever is happening when you connect your breath with your movement. One more time, big breath in. Find your right side. This time we're going to stay a little longer. You may find a deeper bend into the elbow and keep that right shoulder away from the ear. Maybe lengthening the upper arm. And you may look up to the ceiling, drawing the chest to open. Go as deep as you can, keeping both sits bones down in the earth. Breathe in deeply. Exhale. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, other side, and stay. Walk that hand as far away as feels comfortable so you can find the bend through the elbow. Maybe that whole forearm comes down. Just play around, there's no right or wrong. And then draw the chest up. Find length through the upper arm and breathe. Personally, I always find it easier to check in with my body when my eyes are closed. So feel free at any point in time, throughout any pose, to close your eyes for just a moment and feel. Inhale, expand. Exhale, deepen. And then slowly rise all the way up again. Inhale. And release the hands down into the heart space. Close the eyes for a moment. Feeling any sensations probably rushing through the sides of your body here. And then letting the hands come down towards the thighs again. Open the eyes. Drop your right ear towards your right shoulder and find a good stretcher on the side through the neck. Both shoulders are soft. And from there, take a big breath in. And you start to take a circle through the front first. Inhale back through the back, sorry. And exhale through the front. Take your time. Inhale. Big circles. Go as slow as you need to go. Find those sweet spots. And don't push through. Just allow it to roll. And when you come back up to the center, we take it to the other side. So you're going to drop your left ear, left shoulder. Take a big breath in. And through the front, make that circle to the other side. Inhale through the back, open. Exhale. Again, maybe you close your eyes. Just observe your inner world. Notice muscles, bones, openness, closedness, tightness and relaxation. One more inhale. And then you slowly come back to center. Exhale. Inhale, both arms up to the ceiling. Lengthen again. With your exhale, hands into the heart space. Bring the energy back in. We'll do that a few times. So inhale, lift the energy up. Exhale, back into the body. Inhale, lift. Maybe the eyes close. Exhale, hands to center. Feel how you move the energy around you with the palms of your hands. Notice those tiny little sensations while you move through space. And again, connecting breath movement together. 3 more like that, your own tempo. Observe whatever is happening. Notice the moment when the palms of your hands touch each other. And then bring those hands back to the center of your heart. From here, releasing, rolling over the knees, coming into tabletop in the middle of your mat. You're going to take your cushion away to the side, always within hand reach. And in the tabletop position, just spreading the fingers nice and wide, pressing every knuckle down, really taking a moment to feel connection between palms of the hands here and the floor. Tucking the toes under. And we're going to begin with some hip sway. So you're going to bring the hips as far to the right as you can. And then to your left. Inhale to the right. Exhale to the left. It's a really good way to create some space in the hips and the pelvic floor after, most likely, I'm expecting you guys have been spending your whole day behind your desk. Then just notice again, where's the tightness? You may Make these sways a little bigger into circles if that feels good. Again, just gently opening up, noticing where you need that space. If you're taking circles, change direction other side. Staying connected through the palms of the hands and the tiptoes. And then you come back to center. You're going to lift your right hand up and then drop or turn it around. So you're going to drop the top of the hand down. Then extend the elbow again and make sure the whole hand is down to the floor so the wrist is almost touching. And from there, just lean back a little bit until you feel a good stretch through that wrist, just warming it up, actively pressing fingers down and still spreading those fingers. Take a big inhale and a big exhale. And then you slowly release, place it back. Other side, lift the left hand up. Top of the hand comes down, fingers facing towards you. Extend the elbow again and press that wrist as far down as possible. And then sit back, it's literally just a little bit. Or maybe you come a little further. For me, it's not that much, but it's that point where you really feel that stretch through the wrist. Actively keep pressing the hand down. Take another breath in, deep one. Deep exhale. And then release the hand. Bringing them straight away back underneath the shoulders. And from here, coming into an easy cat and cow flow. Arching the back on your inhale, lift the heart, look up. And with an exhale, starting from the tailbone, draw the navel in, chin to the chest, round the spine, push into the hands. Inhale. Again, back to your arch, open the heart. Exhale to round. Few more rolls like that. And again, I invite you to close your eyes. To just tune in. Slow, soft movements. Letting go of the rush of the day. And I know that sometimes when you come out of that rush, it's really, really hard to slow down and to find that softness. It can bring up some irritation or frustration. Whatever is going on for you right now, in the past few minutes since you stepped onto the mat, acknowledge that feeling, that emotion, whatever is there. And know that all we do is balancing out so you can keep being active throughout your day. One more big breath in, arch through the back. One more exhale to round. And then come back to the center here, making sure the toes are tucked. Lift the knees off and come into a downward facing dog. Feet are hip width apart. Hands actually haven't moved, but make sure the fingers are still spreading wide and that every knuckle presses down into the mats. Now, I want you to really let go in the head. So give your head a bit of a yes, no shake, making sure the neck is heavy and soft and that your gaze is in between the feet. Now we're trying to create a long line from the wrists towards the tailbone. So by bending the knees slightly, draw the tailbone up higher to the ceiling. Pull your belly in towards the spine and then gently press the chest towards the knees, towards the thighs. And from there, maybe you can start pressing the heels down a little further if you have space in the hamstrings, the calf muscles, to get the legs straight. But know that straight legs is never the goal in a downward facing dog. A straight line from wrists to tailbone is. So play around what feels good there. You keep pressing into the hands, actively pushing the floor away. Take a big inhale. Sweet exhale. One more like that. Inhale. Exhale, go a little deeper. Now, without changing the upper body,
All you do is lift the heels as far from the floor as possible so you come onto your tiptoes. Take a big breath in there. And then drop the heels back down. See if you can press them a little closer to the earth. We'll do that a few times. Inhale, lift heels, come onto the toes. Again, upper body doesn't change. Exhale, press heels down. 2 more. Inhale, lift heels, come higher. Exhale, press heels closer to the earth, coming deeper into down dog. One last one. Inhale, lift heels. And exhale. Now, gently from there, drop the knees down to the floor. Untuck your toes. Sink the hips down and find yourself into an active child's pose, meaning that you press the palms of the hands firmly into the ground. Elbows are lifted, arms engaged. Your belly is soft. And again, just take a moment here to check in with the body. How do you feel? How does the breath go? Does your breath feel expansive or limited somewhere? And where do you maybe need that space? One more inhale. Then press through the palms so you can come all the way back up. And from here, straight away, while you keep squeezing the elbows in, you're going to come down onto your belly. Untucking your toes and interlace the hands behind the back. Extending your elbows away, and with that you feel the chest lifting, the shoulder blades squeezing together, and then see if you can lift the wrists away from your buttocks. Opening up through the shoulders. Now take a moment to feel the nails of your big toes pressing into the earth. Your hip bones are pressing into the earth. Your glutes are squeezing. And when all that is happening, you may start to lift your upper body a little bit further away from the earth. Keeping the neck long by just keeping the gaze down. Legs are engaged, working hard. Butt is working, core is working, arms are working. Take another breath in. Lift a little higher. Maybe this time lift the toes off the mat as well. Keep pointing those toes away. Active legs. Big breath in. And slowly release both legs and arms. Take a moment. Find your cheek on the floor. Take a big breath. Feel that heartbeat in your chest. And then place the hands underneath your shoulders. Tuck your toes. Press yourself up through that tabletop back into downward facing dog. And notice straight away if you can give yourself a little bit more depth into that downward facing dog. Inhale here. Exhale. Inhale, lift your heels, look in between the hands, and baby steps. Noticing the earth on the way underneath your feet when you come all the way forwards towards the top of your mat. Feet come hip width apart. You find a gentle bend into the knees here. Interlace the hands again behind the back. Extend your arms out and bring them overhead again. Good shoulder stretch. Feel free to just sway a bit from side to side here. Maybe you bend a few times through the knees. It's a good way to open up that upper body. Take away that tightness from sitting all day behind a screen. At some point, find stillness. The head is heavy. Nothing happening in the back of your neck. Close your eyes there for a moment if you feel comfortable and notice the way your feet are connecting with the mat underneath you. Take a big breath in. Big breath out. Then bring the hands back towards the sacrum, but keep the fingers interlocked. And then start to roll up to standing. Inhale, vertebra by vertebra.
And then opening the chest, looking up to the ceiling, sliding the hands down the back here, finding a little back bend, making sure your belly is strongly engaged, and just notice how far you can get in this first back bend. One more breath in. And with your exhale, we dive it down again where we came from. That forward fold, wrists overhead. Do that a few times. Bend the knees, roll up. Inhale, open. Maybe a little further, look up. Exhale, bend the knees, dive it down. One more. Inhale. And this time with your exhale, just come stand up straight. Release the hands, shake them out. Do what you gotta do, whatever feels good here. And then take an inhale to bring the arms up high to the ceiling. Exhale, palms into your heart space, into prayer. Take a moment, ground the feet. Take your knees gently off the lock. We're never overstretching the knees. Gentle tuck of your tailbone. Core is nice and strongly engaged. Palms face forwards and open. Really open position, receiving the energy, receiving whatever you need to receive. Close your eyes, take a big breath in. Big exhale. One more like that. And you may want to visualize here that you're breathing in through the soles of the feet, the energy coming in from the earth. And with your exhale, you give it back. Eyes open. From here, lift both arms up to ceiling. Inhale, lengthen. And again, make an effort here. We're not just lifting our arms. Find as much length as possible. With your exhale, bend the knees, dive it down and forwards. Nose towards the knees. Inhale, come into a flat back. Long neck, pull the belly in. And then exhale to fold. Now you plant your hands. Your right foot stays. You lift your left foot and you step it back of the mat. Your right knee stacked directly on top of right ankle. Drop your back knee down. And then swing the arms up high, low lunge. You always have an option here for the hands onto the hips. But if you want, you can keep them there just for a few breaths. And really pressing into the big right toe for balance. And to kind of squeeze the mat as if you want to pull it towards you. With that same time, you melt the hips so we're not up here just chilling. Really trying to melt those hips down and forward so you feel the opening through the hip space. At the same time, tucking the tailbone gently so we protect our lower back. You pull the belly in, just engaging it. So ribs in, heart is always open. And if your arms are still up, wherever they are actually, bring your hands one on top of the other towards the right leg, towards the right thigh, quite close towards the hips, and then kind of pushing that muscle, that skin, a little bit away from you towards the knee. And you may notice that that gives a little bit more space to go deeper into this pose. Play around with that. And notice if you're holding yourself up somewhere here, or whether you can maybe just let go a little bit into that hip space. Where's that point that's blocking you? Because there's always one muscle or one point in the body that feels the tightest, and that's where it stops, kind of. Just starting to become aware of those places. 2 more breaths. And then gently release the hands down to the floor, framing that front foot, extending the right leg, bringing the hips back, flex the right foot in towards the face. You can feel a good stretch here on the back of your right leg. See if you can keep the hips squared. Your belly pulls in, and with that, we kind of keep the body up and active. We're not collapsing here. Just keep it up. And the more you flex that foot, the deeper that stretch will be. Take a moment to close your eyes here too. Just breathe and check in with this pose. Where do you feel it? How does it feel? Can you go deeper somewhere? One more breath in. Last breath out. And then gently move back forwards, coming through that low lunge again, lifting both arms up, inhale. And then hands towards the heart space and cross left elbow over right knee, maybe with a little bit of help. So it really tucks behind, and then bring the palms back together. Your right elbow is not pointing backwards, it points up straight. And then press with that elbow into the knee and palms together so you can twist the body further open. Breathe through the core, always trying to find a deeper twist through our center, through our core. So focus on the belly button here. Can you twist a little deeper? And can you melt the hips a little lower still? Where's your breath? What goes on here for you? One more inhale. And then make sure your left, so your back toe is tucked under. So you can lift the back knee, the left knee off the mat, finding a twisted lunge here. Legs are super strong. Engage the legs, squeeze your inner thighs together, and keep that twist. Keep it active. Can you bring that left knee a little deeper? Sorry, that left elbow a little deeper into the knee. One more inhale. And then slowly release. Rise up. Arms rise. High lunge. Exhale. Always option hands on hips here too. Right knee stacked on top of the ankle, 90 degrees. Back knee maybe a little bit bent. Back heel presses back though. And here as well, find that tucking of the tailbone. It's really that idea of sticking your bum out. No, we want to have it tucking forwards just to protect that lower back. And then maybe you find a little bit more depth. If this comes too easy, then wiggle the back foot further out. The more space between the feet, the harder. Focus on the breath. Allow it to stay soft, slow. Take another big breath in. Maybe find a little back bend here. Open the chest. And with your exhale, bring the hands down to the floor. Pressing into those hands so you can step right foot back into high plank position. Taking a moment here to really align. Fingers are spread wide underneath the shoulders. Press the floor away with your hands. So you find that rounding through the upper shoulder blades. Heels press backwards. Glutes squeeze. And you tuck your tailbone under here as well. Noticing how your core is working. Take a deep breath in. And then it is your choice if you want to bring the knees down or keep them up, or you start to lower down to the ground. Inhale, coming for a baby cobra. Untucking toes, body comes down, lift the chest. Elbows are bent and squeezing in towards the rib cage. Exhale, release it down. 2 more like that. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower. Notice your breathing. Notice the body. Inhale. And exhale. Tuck your toes under again. You can press back up through a tabletop or plank and back into downward facing dog. 3 breaths here. And every time we come back into down dog, really be observant of how that pose feels for you. And if there's any way you can create a little bit more space, if you can go a little bit deeper. And let your down dog be a place to reconnect with your breath as well. Then inhale, lift the heels, look in between the hands. Step or jump if you want to, all the way forwards, top of your mats. Coming halfway lift into a flat back. And then exhale to fold. Go a little bit deeper if you can. Bend the knees, roll up to standing. Swing arms up high, find length. Exhale, hands through heart center.
Other side, we go straight away. Inhale, rise up. Feel the energy that you're moving. Exhale, dive it down. Inhale, flat back halfway. Find more length. Exhale, folds. This time, left foot stays, right foot steps back. Right knee drops to floor. Arms up, low lunge. Anjaneyasana. Take a moment to settle in here. And like we said before, so that left knee is directly stacked 90 degrees on top of ankle. Find that sensation of melting down and forward. Opening through the hip space. Noticing where you can let go. We hold a lot of tightness in our hips. This is a beautiful pose to slowly, with every exhale, letting go just a little bit. Now maybe, just like we did on the other side, you bring your hands onto your thigh, quite close to the hips, and really taking that skin and that muscle and push it away towards the knee. So you find more space to just maybe go a little bit deeper. Where is your breath? Allow it to stay soft. One more inhale. And gently with your exhale, let go. Frame the front foot. Hips go backwards. Extend the left leg. Flex the left foot. Pull belly in. Upper body stays active and long. I always want to try to keep the hips directly stacked on top of that back knee. Feel the stretch in the back leg, in the left leg. Breathe into it. Allow yourself to go a little bit deeper with every breath. How can you change or modify this position just a millimeter in order for you to just go that little bit deeper? One more breath in. And then slowly move back forwards into low lunge. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, hands to heart. Find your twisted low lunge. Maybe you help that elbow to cross over. And I'm really making sure left elbow points straight up to ceiling. Right elbow presses the knee away, kind of. Palms together, shoulders away from the ears. And bring your awareness for a moment into the belly button and see if you can twist more from that place, from that center. Twists are great ways to detoxify the body, to lose weight, actually, because we're squeezing everything out there, literally. Making sure already that your back toes are tucked under. And then take a last breath in. And then press the right knee away from the floor, keeping the twist. You may bring the gaze up to the ceiling. Your back leg is straight and strong. Breathe. Where's your breath? What does this pose bring up for you? How does it feel? Can you be present with whatever arises? And then very gently letting go, coming up to center. High lunge. Inhale. Melting down. Exhale. Left knee 90 degrees. Your choice where your hands are. And that back knee maybe a little bit bent again, tucking the tailbone. Strong and center here. Few breaths. Maybe you can go deeper. Maybe you can create more space between the feet. Feel the strength in your legs. Feel your core engage. Take a deep breath in. Maybe find a little back bend. Open the chest. Exhale, hands down. Step back, high plank. Taking a moment here to hover. Find that really strong position again where every muscle in the body is working. Inhale here. And with an exhale, your choice to go down. Knees first or full chaturanga. Whatever you choose. Elbows tucked in towards the body.
Untucking toes and then lifting again up for maybe a full cobra this time. Maybe your elbows extend if the back allows, opening the chest. Just take a moment here. How does this feel? You may want to take a bit of a roll from side to side. Always find that nice to open the side body up a little bit. And come back to center. Lifting again. Inhale, look up. And with your exhale, through plank or tabletop into downward facing dog. 3 breaths. Can you bring your heels closer to the earth? Your tailbone higher to the ceiling. And your belly closer to your thighs. Keep pressing the floor away with the hands. Inhale, lift your heels, look in between the hands, step or jump forwards, top of your mats. Come halfway, lift flat back, inhale. Exhale to fold. Bend knees, roll up to standing. Swing arms up. Again, find that activation, active lengthening. And hands through your heart center. Exhale. Take a moment here. Close your eyes. Palms are still touching. Notice the ground underneath your feet. Can you soften the body? Where are you tightening? Where is your stress manifesting? Where can you let it go? Can you soften and slow down the breath again? Big breath in. Big breath out. Eyes open. And we're going to begin by bringing the weight onto your right foot here. Your left knee comes 90 degrees up into the air. And you're going to bring your left elbow onto, let's say, 90 degrees as well. Your right elbow crosses over and you interlace your hands. Now that left knee crosses over right knee. And you have options here. You can either keep that left foot hovering, you can tap it down to the floor for a little bit of support, or you tuck it all the way behind the right ankle. And from there, lift the elbows up, up, up. So you start to feel that stretch into the shoulder blades. Fingers pointing up to ceiling and then bending into your standing leg, eagle pose. Your back is straight. Keep the balance. Pull your belly in. Try not to stick your bum out. So the tailbone tucks under again. And check if your hips are still square, just by feeling, obviously not looking because then you're going to fall. Keep lifting those elbows up, up, up. Good. One more breath in. And then maybe you decide to bend forwards, keeping the gaze down, rounding the spine, elbows to knees. Keep your balance. Just another big breath in here. Big exhale. Now we're going to come out the same way we came in. So lift up slowly again. Stay bent into your standing leg. Release the arms. Arms rise up. Left knee rises. 90 degrees. Inhale. With the exhale, slowly step the left foot to the back into high lunge. There we go again. Good. Everyone there? Good. Find your balance. Inhale here. Hands to your heart. Find that twisted lunge variation again. This time directly with the back knee lifted, but you always have the option to bring it down. Breathe here. Notice, how does this pose make me feel? You may choose to open your arms out wide while keeping the twist. Just another option, your choice. Take a big breath in. And then slowly release, rising back up to that high lunge. Inhale. With your exhale, drop the back heel, find warrior two. And I'll turn around here. You guys stay where you are. Warrior two. tuck tailbone here as well. Open through the hips and pressing the outer edges of both feet down. Arms out wide, lengthen. Again, soften the breath. Slow it down. Go a little bit deeper through the front knee if you can. Nice. And then slowly rise up. Inhale. Legs straight, arms up. Turn the right toes in towards the long edge of your mat. Now bring the hands into your heart space. Take a big breath in here. With your exhale, finding goddess pose while at the same time you press the palms forwards and away from you. So your arms are straight. Work the knees out here. I'm going to do that a few times. Inhale, rise up, hands to heart. Exhale. Go deeper through the hips. Inhale, hands to heart. Exhale. Notice the energy you're moving. Again, one more. Exhale. Slowly come back to center. Inhale. Now release the hands behind your back. Interlace the fingers again, just like we did at the start. Extend your elbows. Lift, puff up the chest. Inhale. And then dive it down and forwards. Exhale. Forward fold. Wide-legged. Bring the weight slightly forwards onto the toes, so we're not hanging too much into the hips. And again, upper body is soft. Feel free to sway a bit from side to side so you can let go. Breathe. Where can you relax? Where does this feel good? Where doesn't it? Big inhale. And then you release your hands down to the floor. You're going to walk your hands towards your back foot. So towards your left foot. Then grab your left ankle with your right hand, and your left arm lifts up to the ceiling for a deep twist. And again, we'll focus on that core space. So can you twist from your belly button? Reaching the left hand higher, actively lifting the upper body away from the earth. Big breath in. Big breath out. One more. And then slowly release the hands down, walking the hands all the way forwards to the front. And then turn the right toes again to the front of your mat. And from there, maybe the right hand stays down, maybe elbow on the knee, side angle position. You know you have your options here too, remember? So hand can always be on hip, it can be up, it can be all the way over. Choose what feels good for you. If you choose overhead, you really want to find that long line from back foot all the way over side body towards upper fingers. Hips underneath the body. I keep repeating it. Don't stick your bum out. Take another breath in. Go deeper into that front knee. And slowly release the hands down. Turn the body to the front. Pivot onto your back toes. And then going to keep your fingertips light on the floor, just in front of the foot, lifting your back leg up. Hips are squared, leg parallel to the floor. This is option 1. Option 2, take your hands into your heart space for warrior 3. Shoulder blades squeeze together, long line from back heel to crown of head. Pull your belly into the spine. Really active engagement there. Option number 3 is to extend your arms forwards, next towards the ears. Big breath in. And with your exhale, release it down again. Step left foot to meet the right and fold. Take a breath. Let it go with a good sigh. And we'll do that again. Big inhale. Exhale. Good. Bend your knees gently. Start to roll up to standing. Swing the arms up high. Find length. Hands into your heart space. Take a moment. Ground your feet again. Get your breath back. And when you're ready, bring the weight onto your left foot. And take to the other side. So right knee lifts 90 degrees, arms up. No, sorry, I'm lying. Right elbow, also 90 degrees. Left elbow crosses over, interlace the fingers. And then beginning really by lifting the elbows up and away so you feel that stretch into the shoulder blades. And then crossing right knee over left. Take your option with that foot. So you had more options. Remember, you could just keep it hanging. You could bring the toe down, or you could tuck it all the way behind the standing ankle. Whatever you choose, find your balance. And while you keep lifting hands and elbows, you start to bend through the standing leg. Pull the belly in, tailbone tucks under. Spine is nice and straight. Good. Stay there. One more breath. And then dive it down and forwards, rounding the spine. Elbows to knees. Keep the balance. Maybe bend deeper into standing leg. Breathe. Be present with yourself in this pose. It's not a competition. You don't have to push through anything. Just notice. And then slowly, same way we came in. Inhale. We're going to come out. Release arms. Knee rises. Arms up. Exhale into high lunge. Take your time. Good. Big breath in. And finding that twisted variation. Right elbow, left knee. Left elbow up to ceiling. And maybe you choose to open your arms up there, just like we did on the other side. And see if you can really squeeze from that core. Good. Point the elbow up even higher. Yes, nice. That's great. One more breath in. And then slowly come back to center. Rise up, inhale. Warrior two with your exhale. Taking a moment to settle here, grounding feet, opening hips, outer edges of the feet, deep into the floor. Extend the arms. And see if you can use the breath, every exhale, to melt just a millimeter deeper into the front knee. Slow your breath down. Squeeze the left glute. Next inhale, extend the left leg, reach arms up, turn left toes in. Going for that goddess variation again. So bring the hands into your heart space. Deep inhale. With your exhale, bend through the knees, work the knees out and open and press the hands forwards. Spine stays long from the sides. It looks like this. So I'm still up, I'm not here. Really try to stay up, open the knees, tailbones tucked. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, push and sink, go lower. Good. Inhale. Push. Find the energy. Feel it moving. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale together. And this time, release the hands behind the back. Interlace. Extend elbows. Puff up the chest. Inhale. Dive it down and forwards. Exhale. Forward fold. And play around with how wide your feet are. Maybe they can go a little wider. If that feels good for your inner thighs, do it. And poses like this, we always want to make sure we engage our legs, protecting muscles and joints. So engage your quads here, your hamstrings, your glutes. Last breath in. Release the hands down to the floor. Walk the hands to your back foot. So this is your right foot this time. Left hand crosses over right ankle, or maybe shin if it's too deep. Don't worry about that. Both legs stay straight and then right arm lifts. Twist from your core. And actually really lift the upper body as far up and open as you can. Draw the right shoulder open. Breathe. Keep pressing into the feet. One last inhale. And release the hand down. Slowly exhale. Gentle walk of the hands back to the front of your mat. Turn the left toes back to the front. Side angle pose, your variation, whatever you chose on the other side. Stay with your breathing. Draw the left hip underneath the body. Again, be present. What's happening here for you? Last inhale. And with your exhale, hands down to the floor. Place the hands like just a little bit in front of the left foot onto the fingertips. And then lift the back leg off the mat. Hips squared. Back leg is parallel to the earth. Right foot flexed, toes pointing down. Option 1 is this. Option 2, hands to heart. Finding this long, straight line from back heel to crown of head. Opening the chest, pulling belly in. Nice. And option 3 is to maybe extend your arms all the way forwards if you want to go that way today. Wherever you are, breathe. Lift the back leg a little higher. Yes. Last breath in. And then step that right foot forwards to meet the left and fold forwards. Just hang there. Give yourself 2 breaths or so. Soften again. Observe any sensations in the body. And then come halfway, lift into a flat back. Inhale. Exhale to fold. Bend your knees and roll up to standing. Swing arms up high. Look up. Hands into your heart space. Exhale. Take a big breath in. And a big breath out. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, dive it down. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. One last vinyasa. Exhale, fold forwards. Plant your hands, step back, high plank. Inhale here. And then your way to lower down. Maybe knees first or without the knees. Untuck toes. Inhale, Cobra. And exhale, release. This time, stay onto your belly. And coming back to that locust pose. So if you remember from the start, interlace the fingers behind you. Extend elbows. Pressing the tops of the feet, the big toes into the mat. Same for the hips. Squeezing the glutes, really engaging the legs. And then lift the wrists away from the buttocks. Lift the chest. Long neck. This is your option. If you want to take it further, lift the legs off. Keep the big toes together and keep pointing them away. So you've got 3 points in the body that are reaching. Big toes, wrists to the back, and the crown of your head forwards. Lift higher, inhale, and release, exhale. Good. Take the other cheek and just rest for a moment. Be present. Check in with your body. And while we're here, extend your right arm out to the right, as into a half T shape. That right hand is the same height as your face. You're still on the right cheek, and your left hand presses underneath the left shoulders. If you would go for a Cobra pose, then you're going to roll over the right side of your body and step maybe that left foot behind the right leg. You feel a nice stretch in that right shoulder. The right shoulder stays down into the earth. It shouldn't come off. I hope that makes sense. I'm just going to show it real quick in the air. You guys obviously stay on the ground. It looks like this. You're going to roll and press like that. And that right shoulder stays in the mat, right? And just breathe there. You can take the left hand, if you want, behind your back for a little bit more depth. But that's up to you. That feels all right. Your head is resting on the floor. You don't have to keep it up. And now breathe. Inhale. Exhale. Slowly release the left hand back down and roll back onto your belly. Releasing the right arm down and just take a rest for a moment. Noticing any sensations in that right shoulder. And then we take it to the other side. So our left arm extends out in that T shape. Palm faces down. Make sure the left shoulder presses into the earth. Right hand underneath the right shoulder. And then press up. Roll over your left side. And step the right foot, if you can, behind the left leg. And you should feel that opening through the left arm, left shoulder. And it's your choice to take the right arm behind the back, if that feels all right. But don't worry if you want to keep it for support here, right in front of you. Close the eyes. Can you let go into that left arm, left shoulder? Can you breathe deep? Last breath in. And then slowly come back onto your belly. And from here, all you need to do is turn around onto your backs. And finding yourself on your into your chest. Giving yourself a little squeeze. Close your eyes. Fully present with any bodily the temperature inside and maybe the one on your skin. Again, tightness or open sensation. And take any final pose that feels good here for you. And then come into your last pose, Savasana. When you stretch out your legs and your arms, just make sure your body has space. Just give your body a little bit of a shake, just wiggling the hips a few times. Take a big inhale. And then stop shaking and exhale. Notice the release. I'll give you a few moments of silence, but instead of just floating away, can you be present with how your body feels? Can you make it heavier? Deep into the earth. Can you soften every muscle from your toes, your legs, your hips, torso, shoulders, neck, arms and hands and fingers, and the head and the face. Every muscle. Letting go of any stress, any worries. It doesn't mean they don't exist anymore. All it means that we let go of them manifesting in a physical body. Find that presence and check in with yourself. And then very slowly, just start to wiggle your toes and your fingers, shaking your head a bit from side to side, hugging your knees in towards your chest, gentle squeeze. And then make your way up to seated any way that feels good for you. See if you can keep your eyes closed or soft. And once you sit up straight into that cross-legged position, place your left hand into the heart space and the right hand onto the belly. Notice the connection of the palms of your hands with the body. Take a big inhale into the palms. Feel them rise, and with your exhale, notice them fall. Hoping that this practice helped you to reconnect with your body and reconnect with your body's and your mind's needs, knowing that the body always gives you your answers, whatever is right for you in that moment. Placing hands, palms together into the heart space, prayer position, bowing forwards, saying gratitude for coming onto the mat today. Namaste. Thank you very much for joining practice tonight, everyone.